Oh, dang. Okay, well, hold on just a second, guys.
We were already live before you put the banner up.
I know.
So.
No, I know. It's going slow. So what can I say? I can't help what happens right now.
This is what happens when you have to do your show remotely. You know.
I know. I can't even use my work computer because they tell me that, they tell me not to. So. Yeah. Well, everybody, if you can hear me, thank you for tuning in. This is the Real Review 3000. I had to turn off my camera because I'm using Wi-Fi to do this. Not just am I using Wi-Fi, I'm using Wi-Fi off my phone's hotspot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you would actually see his video, he would look like the old Godzilla movies. You know, the mouth would move and the audio would come.
So not quite as bad as the geek video.
Right. And yes, Dandelion Fluff noticed the hair. See, this is what happens when you're stuck in quarantine for almost 30 days. And I'm an introvert, so I mean, if this is happening to me,
no, that's not what happens. That's what happens when I buy you a wig.
Yeah, but this is how I feel, though. This is a representation of how I feel. Don't not validate my feelings, sir.
I'll not validate everything. I don't care. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. I would appreciate it if you do me a favor, tweet this out, let everybody know we are finally live. And I'm just, this whole thing is being stupid.
There's the background. Woo!
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
How many hours?
Sean, if you'd be so nice. What was that?
How many hours ago did you press the button for the background?
Couple, 3. I don't remember.
Okay.
If you could do me a favor, Sean, and tweet this out, or just retweet the last tweet I put out there, because if I tweet right now,
yeah,
it'll probably freeze everything up. So
the world will.
All right. Well, the what?
The world will just explode.
Yeah, it will. Okay, so this is the weekly wrap-up, guys. This is where I go through everything we did this week. Sometimes I have guests on, and Shaun decides to be the guest today. I greatly appreciate that of him.
Yeah.
Taking time, busy day of self-quarantining and stay in place orders.
Yeah.
And anyway, so we talk a little bit about what we did this week. We had several lives. We had the free on Sunday. Gorilla 3, Mad's MamaBear, Dan, and that was on my channel. But for Khaos, we've been live streaming on both Khaos Central and either Sean's channel. He'll simulcast to both, or I've been doing the same thing, simulcasting between this and Khaos Central's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. We'd greatly appreciate it if you would. The link real quick here. Yeah. Real quick.
Yeah.
Nothing's real quick right now. Right?
Let me get the link.
I got it right here. I actually got it, but let's see who gets up quicker.
All right. Nope. I've stopped. Go ahead. I want to see. I want to see how well you do. Oh, there it is.
How about that? And you know what's funny though, Sean?
What?
You saw it before it actually showed me that I put it in there.
Well, yeah, because I'm actually looking at the actual live pop-out chat from.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, interwebs, you so fail. Yeah, well, right now with this especially. Yeah, so the rule of three
fluff is right. My wig
was Sunday. I need to get another one then. We need to get like 2 or 3
Yeah.
like that have different colors.
Yep.
But also on Sunday, I'm the DJ over on HanStar's channel doing Name That Tune. This week we had a Comics edition. Peter Gilmore, Piper, Mandy Summers, and Anthony of DarkGift Comic Presents was on there. I think that's all I did on Sunday. I think so. Yeah. So what would you do? Did you have your own stream on Sunday?
Man,
No,
I can't tell you what I did.
No, you were. What?
I can't even tell you what I did yesterday.
That's true. I can't tell you normally what I did. I have to write all this down. What are you talking about? If I remembered this, it'd be like a miracle.
Oh, Dandelion Fluff. She says, this is like watching a pet with a missing leg run around. Works fine, but some of the words are missing. Oh, Chris is the pet with a missing leg. Oh, I love that. Did you just quack?
Uh-oh. I'm going to check because here we go. No, I didn't.
I thought I heard you quietly quack.
No, I didn't. Some of the words are missing. Am I cutting in and out?
Every now and then.
Shaun?
Not too bad. What?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm at work till 7 o'clock tonight, and I don't know. I'll figure out a way to tap into the Ethernet port that they have here. Maybe it'll let me in one of these days. I don't know. Let's see here. Monday videos. The first was the old knives cut better on that. Shaun knows the warning.
I do. I have an autographed copy of their LP.
I can't hear you. Ooh.
It
doesn't take much to get that.
No, but I'm just saying, I ordered an autographed copy of the LP, and it's a great record.
Oh. Yeah, which one is it?
The first one.
Oh shoot! Oh, now my brain's going out. Is it just is it the EP or the LP?
It's an LP.
Okay, yeah, because their first EP, they
there's only 2 on
crowdsourced.
the website. Yeah.
What?
But there's only 2 for sale on their website.
Yeah, that and the first one, what's the name of it, or is it just the warning?
No, I think it's 21st Century Murder.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, 21st Century Blood.
Yeah, that's it.
And then Queen of the Murder Scene is the second one, and then they have their EP, which was crowdsourced.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. It's a pretty cool story. They've been going on since they've been going since I think they were born.
Yes, they came out of their mother with instruments.
Well, it seems like it, because I've been watching them on and off on just little things here and there. The drummer,
yeah,
she was doing YouTube videos like 10 years ago almost, or so. Not 10 years, but
her name is Paulina, but she goes by Pal. Yeah. And obviously because she hits so freaking hard. She is an amazing drummer, man. And I've said before in my reviews of this band that they're so young, and they're so good. They're destined for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I honestly believe so.
I could see that. Of course, they got to hit more mainstream than they currently are, but they're pretty damn popular.
Yeah.
And yeah, Pal, she's crazy. in a good way. She's always like either screaming into her mic or something. I've never seen, I have seen drummers like that, but you don't see that type of passion in a drummer thing, and who's interacting with the crowd and stuff. She's awesome.
Yeah, she has so much presence and energy, man. She's the whole band is a joy to watch. But Pal, I mean, you know, she just has so much energy inside of her, so that she's just fun. You never know what she's gonna do. Back to you, Chris. So apparently this is my show now. And Denny Line Fluff says, state of music these days makes me think Rock and Roll Hall of Fame gotta be getting sadly dusty. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, seriously, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is politically motivated. I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should be. I mean, no. I mean, there are so many bands that should have been in there. Like it takes you from the release of your first album, you have 25 years. You're eligible 25 years after your first release. And there are so many bands that should have been put in right away because of their impact, their album sales, their fan base, all of that. And, you know, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame plays politics. And so unless you scratch their back, you know, you don't get in. And say what you want about some of these bands, but bands I think Kiss has been around for 40 some odd years now, and Kiss should, I mean, say what you want about Kiss and their musicianship or what have you, but they had a huge fan base. Like when they were up for 25 years, they should have gone in just on merit alone, you know. But
I was talking to somebody, I can't remember if it was a Nightwish person or a Warning person or Band-Maid. Somebody mentioned Kiss, and I said, you know, Kiss was never the greatest musicians. They weren't the best singers, but they put on a hell of a show, and everything they wrote was good. It wasn't great, but it did its purpose, and it was rock. It was good, solid rock and roll.
It was fun, you know, and yeah. And Dandelion Fluff brings up a good point. She says auto-tune has lowered the bar, plus the trend away from rock. Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
I'm going to say hi to Echo Warrior Princess X. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that.
And hello to
I'm sorry. I'm going to probably just answer the texts or the chat, because if I type, I'm afraid that I'm going to cause some sort of rift in the time paradox.
Great Scott! See, I've got the head for it.
Kiss versus Gwar, huh? Oh God, no. Gwar was Kiss on acid.
Oh, they're Kiss on something a little bit more than acid.
I mean, I've been to a couple Gwar concerts, and I don't know if I've ever walked out of a place and thought, thank God I'm still alive.
Maybe Kiss on acid and shrooms and LSD, you know, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. So that was our first video on Monday. Our second video was Queen plus Adam Lambert. Shaun, you did this not too long ago, but what I really like about this is, I said this to a couple people in the comment section. It's originally a Freddie Mercury song. Let me stop you right there.
Hold on. Just uno momento, por favor. Did you get a bunch of comments after your video asking why you reacted to this, you know, and why Queen performed this, because it was originally just a Freddie Mercury song, like I did?
No, but I tag my stuff correctly, so I don't get people like that. I guess because I didn't get any of that. Really,
no, I haven't. No, it's nothing about tagging. I knew that it was a Freddie Mercury song, but you know, it wasn't about how I tagged. They were just upset that Queen performed it, you know, with Adam Lambert.
Well, wait, because I was just going to bring that up. So obviously they didn't do their paperwork or they didn't do their history check very well. Because okay, so in '85, Freddie Mercury released it off of Mr. Bad Guy, was it?
Mr. Nice Guy, or
No,
what?
I think it was Mr. Bad Guy. I thought I don't know, or the Bad Guy. I don't know what.
It's been a long time.
Go back and check. I can't do much right now because I'm not. If I do that, I'm going to crash the stream. Okay, so Freddie Mercury releases it in 1985. In 1990, what year was Made in Heaven done?
95, I believe. Well, that's
in 1995. Queen, Brian, Roger, and God, help me out here, bassist.
John Deacon.
Yeah, thank you, John Deacon. The three of them go to finish this album they've been working on that is primarily just a bunch of different cuts of them trying to get stuff done.
It was leftover stuff from Innuendo and random other things.
Yeah. So they're like, we need to get this stuff out there. And they come across basically the master tapes for some of Freddie's stuff. Of course, from what I understand, Freddie left a lot of the music stuff to them, not so much money or other things, but he left a lot of the music stuff to them, or Mary did.
And Mary Austin, yes.
Yeah, and then they came across I Was Born to Love You, and they really liked it. So what they did is they stripped it down and they basically recorded it themselves over some of the original tracking, and it became a Queen song because he's singing. It's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
And so they released it off of Made in Heaven. So while, yes, you're right, originally it's a Freddie Mercury song, Queen worked it, made it sound like Queen.
Also, I want to point out
more.
I want to point out what Denny
Heaven, and then Paul Rogers and Queen go out on tour and play it live. What?
But also, I want to point out what Dandelion Fluff said. She said it was done because it was popular in Korea and Japan, and the crowds loved it. Suck it, haters. Haters are always invited to suck it.
I'm going back up. Hold on. Hey, Sauerkraut, how you doing?
Hey, Sauerkraut, what's up?
Well, I don't care where it was popular. I mean, okay, yeah, that had something to do with it, but the fact of the matter here is that
the takeaway is that haters can suck it. That's it. I mean,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that I have a good understanding and a good rapport with a lot of Adam Lambert fans. I'm not necessarily no, I'm still myself. I still say what I want to say. But
I mean, Adam Lambert fans are finally starting to warm up to you, and I think that's good because I've told many of them that you have no malicious feelings towards Adam Lambert, and that you and I both still like Mark Martel, but Adam Lambert is with Queen. Adam Lambert, I mean, come on, Adam Lambert released Velvet. I mean, Velvet alone proves that he belongs, and also it also proves that he should be way more popular as a solo artist than he is.
Oh yeah, see, I watched, that was the last American Idol that I watched, was the one with him on it, and I've followed his career here and there, not with the intensity that some people do, but I like him sololy. I mean, there's nothing about it that in his solo career I have any issues with, and I don't have an issue with him with Queen. Especially like this, and we'll get back on track with the video. This song, he freaking owns it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and maybe it's because it's limited in its live play or whatever. I don't know, but I watched that video, and I think I used the same video you used, and I heard Freddie in it. I mean, I heard Freddie in it. and it's like I was like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nendoroid Queen is great. And Dandelion, you're right. He is. I don't think he. I don't know. Part of me wonders if he wants to be popular like that. I think he likes that like subculture popularity thing.
And really, right now, the way that things have worked out for him, he doesn't have to be like a huge superstar, as a solo artist, because he's set, I would assume, with what he's done with Queen over the past decade or so. So, now he doesn't have to worry about like what a label is telling him he should be doing. He can just go out and make the music that he wants to make, and that's very, very obvious. When you listen to Velvet, because there's it doesn't sound like there was an A&R man, standing over his shoulder saying, no, you got to make it sound like this. That just sounds like Adam's having fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I say this a lot. I really, really wish that Queen, like Brian and Roger, would sit down with Adam and write some new stuff.
Yes.
And I say that because I kind of wonder,
at the very least, like I've said many times, release a live album. Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, if you don't want to do a studio album, at least release a live album.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know. Part of me wonders about that because, and I've said this before, and again, I'm trying to work something out with Dandelion and a few other Adam Lambert fans where we can watch a whole concert, do a watch party, and I'm going to give them I'm going to watch a whole like recent one and watch the whole thing start to finish to see if things have changed on certain songs that I haven't gone back and looked at, because I just feel like on some songs he's not into it as much as other songs. And I don't know. I can't make an informed decision about that until I see a recent concert start to finish.
Can you give me an example of a song you're talking about? Because I don't really understand.
Trying to think which one, and the problem is trying to remember which one, because this has been a while, because mostly what I've been doing is I've been watching the stuff that they've suggested because they're trying to show me, hey, look at this, look at this. I know that I talked about oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna have to try to go look over at my videos. Hold on just a second, see if this will actually work or if it's gonna screw up my.
Don't worry about it right now. You're very limited technology.
I think I did Who Wants to Live Forever in Chicago. You remember the first video I did that Adam Lambert fans loved me so much for was the Who Wants to Live Forever, I guess his first concert that he ever did. I redid it because I was told, hey, check out the one in Chicago. And I said, hey, this is really good. And I still had some things to say about it because it's like he gets it and then he gets disinterested. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, and you know what I mean, that when you play a song, Shaun, if you're not, I mean, we've written songs together, and there were those songs that I wrote that you were like, I don't really, I don't care for it, but we'll play it. And you're just, you play it, you know it, it sounds good. It's just, you're not into it.
Right. Like if it's a hit, but say it's a song that, well, since Adam didn't help write any of these songs, these are, he's singing the catalog, the hits from another band, but even if he had, say, written Who Wants to Live Forever and say, after all these years, he's over that song. He never really cared for that song, and, he didn't think it was going to be a hit. He just put it on the album because they needed an extra track, so here 40 years later, they're still performing that song every night. and a lot of bands like Def Leppard, for instance, will they try to put, like, even if it's a song like Wasted that wasn't even a hit, they'll break that out and they'll do it full of fury, but there are some bands you can tell that just like they tune out on certain songs that are hits that that they must not care for. Not to say that Adam doesn't care for the song, because I really do think he does. I think he loves all the Queen material personally.
What I mean is, I think he attaches and feels certain songs more than others.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I Was Born to Love You. I can tell that he owns that song. Radio Gaga, he owns that song.
Yeah,
there's certain songs I watch him do, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm saying. I want to see that the whole concert. I mean, well, let's be real. Maybe not the whole concert, but a majority of it. And when I've gone to see him, and like I said, it's been a couple years, a year and a half or so since I've seen him, I still see times when I'm like, I don't know. But then he gets up there and he starts kicking his legs. He starts, interacting with the crowd. That's what I want to see more often.
Let's not forget, though. Let's not forget. Let's not put more of a standard on Adam Lambert than we would have had on the late great Freddie Mercury, because there are many concerts that are on YouTube where the same argument could be said about Freddie on whatever song, where he's just like he's doing it because the crowd wants it, but you can tell that he's not really into it. He's not singing the song the way that he should sing it, and he's half-assing it to get through the song. So let's not put everybody has
that,
right. But what I'm saying is, let's not put like a bigger burden on Adam Lambert than what we would have put on Freddie Mercury.
Well, okay, but there's a difference to that. When you come into a band like Adam has that history, unfortunately, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard.
No, I think that's
going to.
I think that's unfair. I think that's unfair. Now, if we were talking about the lineup with Paul Rodgers, sure, because Paul Rodgers couldn't hit like most of the notes.
I absolutely hated it. I hated Paul Rodgers with Queen. I saw him once with him, and I never liked him. And I said it in the.
Are you there?
Adam Lambert fits Queen Adam Lambert fits what Queen needs perfectly. What I mean is that it seems to me, and this is a personal thing, I'm not saying that this is true, I see at times that the disinterested nature that he might have, and again, this is just me seeing it, I could be just seeing it, I think sometimes it shows more than other people do. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's one of those things. But what I want to do is I want to watch something from late 2019 or early this year, and I want to watch it, and I want to say, listen, I want to watch the whole concert, and I want to give it a real chance, because I don't want to keep saying this stuff because what I'm saying is probably more outdated.
I'll tell you what. What we should do is maybe someone can find us like a full concert from 18 or 19, like in recent years, like no older than 2018, preferably 2019. Then we could do a live reaction to it on Facebook, both of us together. We can invite.
What I was going to do. What I was going to do is I was going to invite Dandelion and a few others, and I was going to do it like we've done some of our watch parties, where we would watch it, but we're not going to show it.
Oh, that'd be good too.
And I've already started working on that. I've got a couple of people that say that there's a 2020 concert out there, and what I've said is that hold on. And Dandelion, I'm going to answer your thing there. You seeing the disinterest, maybe your baggage, and you could be very true. I don't know about that again, but that's why I want to do this with the concert, because I don't want to keep saying something if it's changed. It's really hard when you do reactions or reviews to stuff and you're seeing one concert that's 2015, the next concert's 2018, and you're jumping back and forth. You don't know if what you're seeing is still present or if it is like that now, because
I've gotten nailed on that exact same thing before too, where I, because I am an Adam Lambert fan. I'm a fan of everybody. Like no matter who I like, if I'm a fan of, like Chris, how, like when we were teenagers, how the world revolved around Bon Jovi for me. Oh, yeah. But I've done a reaction to their most recent single videos, and I destroy John basically, on the first one. The second one, not so much, but the first one, I'm just like, man, I just lay out all the reasons why they should pack it up and quit, and it hurts my heart to say that. So I won't pull any punches on these things. Like I love Adam, and, I've been nailed for the same reasons you have. Like I might be reacting to something from 2013 or something, and they're like, well, he does it this way now. Well, I was like, well, it's like, didn't send me that link. I mean, send me the most recent link.
And that's the thing. And, like I got slammed for the 2000, I think 14, whatever it was, Who Wants to Live Forever. And I'll still stand by the things I said about that and about Adam and that, because, and everybody's like, well, that was his first concert he ever did. He was nervous. He was this, he was that. I was like, yeah, but I'm going to review what I see right then. Mm-hmm. And that's what a review is. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be the constant. Cause like I said, I redid one from Chicago, and I admit he is a ton better with that song.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, we get caught into this thing where people are like, oh, do this one. And then somebody always comes into the chat, into the comments and says, oh, but you should have done it on this one.
Right.
Because of something you said. It's like, oh, well, they did it different now. And you're like, well, I'm sorry. I'm reviewing what I see. So I want to do.
It's because everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic, man. It's just how it is.
Yeah. But I mean, again, though, I love Adam Lambert. He's a great guy. He's a great spokesperson for people who are going through I don't know, I don't want to say issues, but
I think he's a great example, and maybe even a role model for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, exactly. And there needs to be more like that, because he's a lovable guy.
Yep.
He gets along with everybody I've ever seen. I've never heard a bad thing about the guy. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, no. Yeah, but we're gonna work on that concert. And if you want to join in, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Do that. Let's keep moving. The other thing, okay, so Monday night, gospel DJ of Orville Nation, films of like Star Wars and Star Trek. And, we kind of got into the facts that a lot of fan films now than the actual product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting that you've got this whole subculture of people doing Star Trek and Star Wars films and Orville films. And Orville, the show, I guess, has basically put out a public statement saying, as long as you don't go out for monetary or something like that, they're open to letting anybody do that. CBS, though, with Star Trek, has basically gone after everybody who's tried to do a Star Trek one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we got into that and some other things. So, and you were in the chat. What was that?
here's a question. Everybody's doing these crowd-funded film projects, okay? Why has no one done a crowd-funded reboot of Family Ties? Why?
Do what now?
Why has no one done a crowd-funded reboot of Family Ties? Why?
Well, Shaun, I guess we can. You get it started, we'll do it.
I mean, Michael J. Fox would have to have a lot of involvement. I understand he can't play APK anymore, but who better to go to to write APK, than the man himself. That's all I'm saying. Dandelion fluff. Come on. She says because Family Ties made most of us uncomfortable. Oh, you hurt me deeply, Dandelion fluff. You don't understand how much that show and Michael J. Fox means to me. I'm hurt, Chris.
Who the hell says Adam can't hit high notes?
Just idiots.
Okay.
She says I also lived a wound. Well, you did a great job. I mean, you are a redhead after all.
The thing she's. Yeah, did I tell you what she said in the chat yesterday for the weekly Rumble? One of the questions was, what country would you want to move to and why? And she said that she would move to a place where all the women were fugly, so she would be the pretty one. And I said, you don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah. You don't, Dandelion. I'm telling you that right now. You don't give yourself enough credit.
I agree. I agree. I think she's. I mean, but the thing is, she has red hair, so that automatically gives her like 15,000 more points than other women alone. So
and that's what I was going to say is that I guess we might be partial. Yeah. So let's see here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of hot in Vancouver. I've seen all on the CW shows.
Listen to you. Tuesday we did a retro reaction to Ghostbusters. You've done one, Shaun, and I went ahead and did mine. I did it actually off of the re-release trailer, but it's just basically more scenes that they show in HD because so many of the ones we normally get are grainy and bad audio. So I went with a little newer look, but and like I said, I'm really excited for Afterlife, and I'm hoping.
Man, I'm so gutted that it's pushed to next March.
Yeah,
but I was really. I mean, I understand why. I understand why, but man, I was so looking forward to it. I went to go see Ghostbusters 2, 1989. I was 12 years old. I saw it like at least 10 times in the theater. And I've been looking forward to this third film now for 31 years. 31 years.
You know what? And I know you said, and I agree with you. I'd love to see it. I mean, I don't know if you'd wait for it, but I would wait for it for a Halloween release. Oh
yeah. That's what I think I mentioned before in one of my streams is if you have to reschedule the date, why don't you just push it to October of next year? Because no Ghostbusters film has ever been released in October, and I just don't get it. That's your freaking month, man. Do it. So if they came out tomorrow and said, you know what, we're moving it from the March 2021 to October of 2021, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm okay with that move because it makes sense. I don't understand, a March release for a Ghostbusters film.
I don't know. Yeah.
Dandelion Fluff says too obvious. Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to say, is maybe they're just trying to stay away from that genre, because a lot of times you get, and they're not really horror. So
you're a whore.
I didn't say I wasn't. I'm a whore. I'm slightly better than a $3 whore.
That's right. $3.25.
Yeah. It's the extra 25 cents that you get your real bang for your buck.
Wow. Now I know why physical money is really actually dirty. I know why now.
What I did say, though, was that I really hope that Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and Bill Murray can recapture the chemistry they had on screen.
I hope so.
Of the people, though, that are going to have the most trouble with that, maybe, is Ernie Hudson. I like him. He's a great actor. I just don't know how he's going to act if he's asked to step up into one of the more major roles, because he was just he was funny when he talked, but he was like the most serious of the four of them.
I think Ernie Hudson is probably going to be more of the straight man, to Ray and to Peter. I would almost see Ernie, like Winston Zedmore, being kind of like the CEO of Ghostbusters, if there is something, if he like in top maybe management or something.
Well, maybe. That's how I always saw him in the other films.
Then again, though, I could also see Peter Venkman doing that too. So
yeah, well, I think that's who was always the main guy, was Peter Venkman, only because his ego made him take the front. It wasn't because it was his; it was just he took the front.
And he's the man that always travels. Anywhere he goes, he has like Thorazine on him or whatever that was.
Oh yeah,
Dana.
That was funny.
Like yeah.
Okay. I kind of wonder, though, if Paul Rudd's going to step into more of a major role, and Ernie Hudson's going to be able to stay with the way he was. It all depends on when they introduce the original characters.
Well, and the original characters, it depends on how much screen time they have. Now, I've read, that the original Busters are going to help, with the ultimate threat, like for the grand finale, and stuff like that, because these kids obviously can't. I mean, you would really have to suspend your disbelief to believe that like these two kids can fight off like this ghost invasion on their own, because one, they don't really know how, even though they're probably Egon's grandchildren, they don't really know how the packs work, the containment works, any of that. So they really need Ray, because Ray is the one that helped build all of that stuff. They just couldn't do it on their own.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Darth David, I would let you join, but I'm having a bit of issues with my computer and stuff. So just doing anything right now, trying to get, even the chat, or like typing into the chat or anything, is really not working out for me.
He's on a laptop on shoddy Wi-Fi. Oh, and he's gone. Well, this is my cell phone. This is my cell phone on a Nintendo Switch controller. Any questions? No questions? I just gave you gold, guys. I don't understand. Fine, I'll read the chat. Yeah, exactly. Crickets. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. Is he
Listen.
back?
You smell something?
All right, I'm back.
That is one big pile of shit.
I'm back.
Are you back?
Shaun.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Darth. I'm so sorry. I am very much. I mean, you're more than welcome to say anything you'd like in the chat, and I'll read it and I'll interact with you. But yeah, my normal computer I'm normally on is not where I'm at. I'm at work still. Yeah, they do hate that.
Chris, I have to play this when you came back because this describes you so much.
In this room, I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging.
Yep.
That's you, all right. So I know we're both looking forward to the third Ghostbusters film because there's never been another one since Ghostbusters 2.
Yes, I will. I will give you Ghostbusters the video game.
Yeah,
I will give that to you. I thought for years I thought that was going to be like the closest we would get to the third movie. You know, luckily it was done when the late great Harold Ramis was still with us. And but yes, that is I don't recognize anything. Because honestly, there is nothing else like movie or video game wise that is canon. They're just
no.
Paul Feig intentionally did not want to connect to the canon. He wanted to do his own thing, and then
Ghostbusters 2016. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not canon. They removed it by putting it in a different dimension.
Right, and he could have made it canon, but he yes,
no, he didn't.
Sith Lord, what's up?
Hey, Sith. Okay, so on Tuesday there was gamer haven't heard from him for a while, but he.
Okay, just really quick. Denny Line Fluff says, I did not hate the recent and rarely mentioned incarnation. Suck it, haters. I didn't hate the film. I just thought they should have used Dan Aykroyd as an asset when it came to writing that script, because the comedy in that movie did not feel, it felt like very lowbrow comedy. And that's not the type of, if Dan Aykroyd would have at least helped co-write the script, I feel like the comedy would have been closer to being on point. You know, because I don't have a problem with any of the actors that were used. It's just that script. Dan Aykroyd could have done something and made it feel more organic. That's my big issue with it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. The script, that's what you get when you get them right kind of where she's at with her writing, is that they just go low. There are moments I'm like, but yeah, hey Darth, tweet me, send me a DM on Twitter at Chris Knight 5150 if you know, and yeah, we can talk for sure. Chris Hemsworth was funny, but in a dumb jock kind of way, and I thought that was way too identifiable, or not identifiable, but okay, identity politics. They were trying to take a guy.
They were trying to objectify him, and you know, imagine what would have happened if they would have done that to Janine. You know, I mean, back in 1984, there probably wouldn't have been that big of a stink about it. But I mean, if you were to reboot the original Ghostbusters right now with, the original script, and you had say Peter objectifying Janine, like Kristen Wiig's character was objectifying Chris Hemsworth, people would freak out.
Yeah, no, I think that's true too. The other video I did was for one of the guys that watches Gamer Guy Nerd. It was Foreigner Cold as Ice, a review of that from a 1981 concert in Germany. And Lou Gramm, in the late 70s, early 80s, Foreigner was, one of the top bands out there. And
yeah,
I don't know. I really like Foreigner. I don't know what you think, Shaun.
Oh yeah, I have all of their albums on vinyl up until the point that they split with Lou, I believe.
Squicky?
Yeah, I don't know what squicky is.
Can you explain that word, Dandelion? Is that a Canadian word or
Canadian?
What do I say? Is that a Canuckism?
Canuckism. That sounds like a disorder.
Is that Canadian? Is that a Canadification?
Canadification. I can't even say the word
because I made it up.
Oh, squirmy and uncomfortable. Got you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did that one. What was it? We're on Tuesday night. So Tuesday night normally is your show for Chaos Central. I've kind of taken it past couple weeks because your dad and stuff like that. Your stuff at your house. This next week though, we're gonna have it over on your channel again, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we do this show. It's Shaun's brainchild. We call it the Chaos List. Basically, we have 5 to 6 current event topics that we talk about. Trying to remember what we talked about this week. What was that?
It's really hard to.
It's not that hard.
Well, it is for me because I want to pick entertaining topics. I don't want to pick, everything that has to do with what's going on in the world right now, per se.
Well, only 1 or 2 of the 3 of the topics the past 2 weeks have been somewhat about that. Other than that, we've talked about Snowflake and Safe Space, Gotham High.
Yeah.
We've talked about Colin Farrell being Oswald Cobblepot. We've talked about The Mandalorian. We've talked about a lot of stuff that's not about that.
Yeah, but
you kind of see it around what?
Also, I'm trying at during this whole time, I see YouTubers still beating the same old drum of reporting, on all this negative stuff, be it Captain Marvel, Star Wars, and stuff like that. The same old shtick, and I don't want to do that type of entertainment right now because there's too much like real world, crap going on right now that I think we need to give that old shtick a rest and actually do some positive stuff. So when it comes to like the Marvel Snowflake stuff, I didn't really want to cover that because that's going to go into identity politics and we don't need that right now.
Well, I was just trying to bring up a point that, and I'll just put this out there really quick about why people get so uptight about that stuff. And not, I'm not saying that you can't have things that have non-binary characters and stuff like that. What I was trying to bring up is that
and you're there. Lots of fun micro concerts on Instagram to review. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check some of those out. Chris is gone again.
This is the Thank you, Shaun. I think I'm back. Am I back? Okay, I'm sorry. That's what happens when people try to call you on your phone. Jeez. So what I was trying to say is that I was just bringing up the fact that the reason why we have so much problems with introducing characters that are non-binary that identify certain ways is when you have a 40 or 30 to 40-year-old white man writing them, that's a problem. They can go out and find people who really know what they're talking about and write those characters. And
yeah,
I wouldn't have an issue with it. It's so obvious how badly it's written, though, because of who wrote it. But yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and I don't do those topics that often. So you and I both, if we talk about something, we like to talk about it and move on. We don't stay talking Star Wars 99% of the time. We don't beat a dead horse.
well, like Dandelion Fluff says, it needs to be done more organically, and I agree.
Yeah,
if you can make it feel natural, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
That's what I think we try to do, especially with these Chaos Central shows, is that we pick stuff that you can say what you need to say. It comes from the heart, comes from what you believe or whatever, and then you're done. You said it.
Hey, Chris, I have a question for you.
24. Oh, no. 42. That's the answer to everything in the universe.
Not this one. What was Bruce Wayne's mother's name again?
Martha.
Why did you say that name?
Thank you.
Because I can't. Yeah, so that's what we did on the Chaos list, and Shaun will be back to it this week. So the Chaos list is Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. See, she knows.
I know.
The Chaotic Conversations over on Comic Chat, and we got to get him to simulcast too.
Yeah.
The Chaotic Conversation is on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the rule of three is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So those are the hey, Orange Hat, how you doing? Those are the
What's up, Orange
Chaos. Yeah, that is the Chaos Central lineup. So, and Shaun, if you want to put that back in the chat again, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers so we can get our vanity title and start streaming only over there. What are we at?
But first, since we're all practicing social distancing, we can't we can't reach out and touch someone. This is for everyone in the chat.
This is me hugging you over the airwaves.
Oh, joy. Hey, Shaun. Shaun.
Yep.
Go ahead and play some other things. I will be right back. I got to answer the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have anything else to play.
Swing.
That's my bag of tricks, folks. See, what quickie means. Yep. I was unprepared for this this solo thing. Well, let's see the chat here. So how's everybody else doing out there right now? Are you having problems? Like, so I'm an introvert, so and I'm reaching my limits of not being able to go out and do stuff, so for all of you extroverts out there, you you must be going crazy. Keep a guitar handy and rock out as needed. Dandelion fluff. I'm day drinking today. Yes, that's never a bad thing. Actually, I do have a guitar handy.
I wish I could day drink.
Oh, it needs to be tuned.
Wow. Yeah.
But there's a D. Yeah, that's out.
You think? Oh, ouch. Okay. So Wednesday we did a double shot of Band-Maid. I did Moratorium, and Clang. Have you seen Clang, Shaun?
What's the name of it?
Clang.
Clang. By Band-Maid?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good chance that I have, but I don't recognize the name. Like, I recognize Moratorium, but
I'll send you the link when you get home.
Okay.
Because it is a freaking awesome song.
I mean, I've not seen a Band-Maid song that's not awesome.
No, I agree. And then I did Moratorium also, which is another good one. But no, Clang, the version I got, I guess they did a live version on one of the DVDs for I can't remember if it was World Domination or Conquer, but they did this live version on the DVD for it, and it's a little different.
Oh yeah, it is on the World Domination CD I have here.
Yeah, and but there's like a live DVD they gave away with that, like a special edition, and it's nowhere near as good as the version I found, because in the version I found, they start with a bass solo where she's literally tapping, and it's crazy.
Dude, Misa is such a beast on the bass guitar. My God.
She is. And I mean, it's just crazy. The intro to that song. It's freaking awesome. And the Moratorium is pretty good. Now, the version I found of Clang is like a fan cam, but it's really clear. It's really steady. The only problem is because it's not professionally mixed. It's a little bassy. It's got a lot of bass, so it's hard to hear it without really listening. It's hard to hear the guitar work and stuff, but you can hear it all. It's there.
Well, and that's okay, because Misa needs to be in the spotlight, more so than not, because I mean, she is literally the backbone of that band. Thanks, Orange Hat. This is how I feel like. Huh? What? Did you say Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan.
I just had a flashback to the early 2000s, like in the Jackie Chan adventure cartoons.
Yeah, so no, that's what I did on Wednesday for videos. Thursday was a double shot of Nightwish. Those songs I did were Sahara and Yours is an Empty Hope. And get this, Shaun, the second one, Yours is an Empty Hope, was live from the 2015.
Interesting.
I want to know where I can get tickets to a cruise for Nightwish. Yes, it was a Nightwish cruise.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, obviously, with current events, cruises are probably not the safest place for you to ever be at ever again. But Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.
I didn't mean right now. I just want to. This is in 2015. Where were we?
Know.
They didn't send us tickets.
I was at home washing my tights.
I know you were. That's what I always say you're doing. When people are like, "Where's Shaun?" I'm like, "He's at home washing his tights." Yeah. So a couple really good Nightwish songs. Then we did the weekly Rumble. I had Comic Mark on, HanStar, JJ or Sith Lord, who's in the chat earlier, and Danny. I had them on. Everybody I did stuff with this week, go look down in the description. All their links are down there. And then I think the only one I didn't mention was on Monday for the Chaotic Conversation. Terrence was on. I think I don't have him in the thumbnail. I need to do that before he comes and kills me.
Yeah, because all you're gonna see is like a T in the sky, like like the bat symbol, and he's gonna appear behind you and like give you a kick to the head.
Yeah.
And
I know. Boot to the head.
No, man, he'll do it.
Anything else you want to talk about today? I mean, because what was that?
I didn't say anything.
Cruises. Oh, I thought you did. Cruises are always gross. Oh well, I mean, I guess
they've always.
You'd like to be sober by bedtime.
That takes all the fun out of sleeping.
I know.
But I've always felt like a cruise, like hotel rooms. Like if you were to go over like a cruise ship with a black light, I've always felt like you might want to bring a CSI team in. Especially especially the Disney cruises, because they get all dirty on the Disney cruises.
Oh geez, kids and all. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is if you really knew half the stuff that you were around and that you would be like grossed out by, you would never leave your house.
Oh, I know. I mean, the stuff that's out there, well, that's why we're exposed to like so many things each day, and that's why for the most part humanity has thrived, because we built up a tolerance to a lot of this crap. But yeah.
Cesspools. That's true. Jackson Pollock painting on those cruises. That'd be interesting. The only song I know from Nightwish is I Wish I Had an Angel. Yeah.
Nightwish is actually a really good band.
They are. You listen to a lot of their stuff and you're like, oh, so that's where Metallica gets their material from.
Maybe these days. But yeah. These Metallica wish they were Nightwish, or they wish they could write the songs that Nightwish can write now, because back in the day Metallica was a force to be reckoned with. Now it's like, yeah, I'll go see you live in concert, but I'm not going to buy a new album.
Well, their last one, what was their last one that they did?
Oh geez, man, I don't, after Saint Anger came out, I was done.
No, you should actually. Their last one that they released was actually more like.
Was it Death Magnet?
Black or Ride the Lightning?
What was it?
It was
Death Magnet or something. I don't
something
remember.
like that. And it was actually really good. So good that a lot of fans of Metallica were kind of like, where the hell was this stuff 10 years ago?
It was probably locked
like-
away in their archives. They're like, this stuff isn't good enough to be on Ride the Lightning, or Kill 'Em All, or whatever. We're just gonna keep these demos to ourselves. And then one day they're like, oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, I listened to it and I was like, what the hell? Were they trolling us the past 10 years?
Apparently.
I mean, like the one with Lou Reed, I own Lucy. I think it was called Lucy with Lou Reed, where he wrote the whole damn album pretty much, and then Metallica played with him.
Oh, yeah.
They sold like 3 of those.
Orange Hat says, isn't it true that Nightwish is a switch out band, meaning they change out singers and members? Well, they have switched singers, but as far as the members, I think
I wouldn't say that.
I know, because it would be like
core members.
It would be a situation like Yes, where they had like members like in one part of the world and members in another part of the world. So when they would tour, it'd be easier. Minus
I know the drummers changed. The bassist has changed. They've had 3 different singers, but that I don't think that was because of Tarja was their first singer, and there was a real bad there's some bad stuff that went down with between her and the rest of the band, because I think her husband wanted to do something. It was like something about publishing rights or something. I don't remember. The story's online.
Yeah,
and they basically
kept going until they found a singer that actually fit with what they were doing, and that's
Tarja did really good. Tarja was really good.
Second singer, not so much, and so then they found Floor.
Yeah, I think Annette, is her name, the second singer. I think she was just there basically so they could still tour and get some stuff done. I don't think she was really the permanent option. She just kind of helped them keep going. But if you go and you look up End of an Era, that CD, that DVD, the concert, right after that concert, in a open letter that they also released to fans and the media, they fired their first singer.
Nice.
In a real interesting way. But yeah, no, Floor is really good with them. I mean, she's excellent. And if you watch some of the stuff that she does by herself, it's just crazy, the stuff she does.
Oh, yeah.
So, plus you have to interact with people who like cruises.
That's true.
Well, if you think they're germy and gross and the interaction sucks, wait till you get down in the lower floors where the staff's at.
Yeah.
That's where the party's at.
If you're gonna go on a cruise, you got to be like Mr. Monk, with everybody,
Like who?
Monk, Tony Shalhoub, the TV show Monk, where he's like a germaphobe about everything. He's a detective that, can't touch anything.
What was that?
Monk, the TV show Monk. The TV show Monk.
Oh. Yeah.
He was germaphobe. He didn't like to touch anything. He was a clean freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you got to watch it. Yeah. You gotta watch it on those things. So, Shaun, what have you been doing with your day?
I plead the fifth.
So, in other words, nothing. Got you.
You don't know if that's what I was saying. I have the right not to incriminate myself. Incriminate, not incriminate, but I can't
incriminate.
I can speak English partially well. fairly well. Okay, I really can't. I need to go back to school.
You would like that too much, probably.
Yeah, because right now school's out for the rest of the year. Like, let me
Jesus.
go now.
All right, Shaun. Go to HanStar's channel. You're gonna have to do this for me because I can't. You want to see when I got monetized? He's clipped it. He's clipped when I was when I found out I was monetized.
Okay.
If you go to HanStar's YouTube channel, he just released the video.
And you want me to play it for you on your show? Is that what you're saying?
If you want to.
I mean,
you'll see things. You'll see me act in a way that is rather unlike myself, because I was kind of taken aback and like, what the hell happened? What?
What?
I
got it.
Taika Waititi. No, I was going to say Taika Waititi just released new concept art for Thor: Love and Thunder.
And I'm so not interested in Thor: Love and Thunder. All right, share my screen.
Well, you gotta wait 10 minutes for it to actually do it.
Here, I'm gonna go back to this real quick and see where we're at with this. Where are we at now?
Where's tab wire?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I got any more subs. Nope, still at 1014. That's all right though. I feel good because it says congratulations, you've been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. You can now what? I got accepted already. I didn't even have to do anything.
Oh my
I didn't have to do anything, people. Hold on. Holy crap! That took like 2 days, and I didn't touch anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything.
Yay!
How did that happen? Holy crap!
Congratulations, Chris.
Monetized videos. We're going for it.
Yes. You got to do a monetization stream now.
And this led to his monetization world tour. How many monetized streams you had? Like 50?
No, just 2.
It felt like
Back-to-back days. And everybody's
Yeah.
like, you're only supposed to do one of those. And I'm like, yeah, that's what makes me different.
Oh, that's not all that makes you different, but sure.
You know what's funny is that as quickly as it happened, I'm still waiting on my YouTube pin.
Oh, I know. You should get it probably here shortly. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. Dandelion Fluss says, if you don't love yourself, who will? Well, I don't know. Shaun and I, we're the only ones that love ourselves. So, that's how it works.
Perhaps Angie Everhart.
Well, you wish.
Or
Was a funny show.
huh?
I said Monk was a funny show. Hey, Nandroid, welcome back.
Well,
We're still going. Don't know how.
Oh, wait.
Surprised
I want to change my answer. Karen Gillan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, and obviously your redhead. Come on.
Uh-huh.
She's written in
Yeah.
the TARDIS.
Uh-huh.
Now I want a TARDIS. Man.
You wouldn't have to worry about space.
I know. Bigger.
You wouldn't have to worry about space in 2 ways. You could live on a corner and yet have as much space as you needed.
Exactly. That'd be so awesome to have a TARDIS. Man,
it would be something.
I would get into so much trouble with the TARDIS though. They would present me with like this rule book and I'd be like, oh, and then I would lose it and just start.
Lose it? You just throw it out. You wait till they left and be like, Boom, Sean.
What's this do? Just start pushing buttons.
I don't need this. I can figure this out on my own. This button probably makes it go. And all of a sudden it starts shaking and stuff, and be like, maybe if I press this one.
Wait, I remember in the show they pulled a lever. Oh wait, that flushed the toilet.
And by the time we were done, there'd be a time paradox riff in space, and Sean just be sitting there in the corner going like, I didn't do it.
Nope. Dandelion Fluff says just make sure the pool and library aren't too close together. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
But then, I mean, to be in all honesty, I'd probably run in different, but the same amount of problems with a time traveling DeLorean. I would know how to work it, better than a TARDIS, or operate it better than TARDIS, but I could possibly do more damage with a DeLorean.
Oh God. Oh Jesus! If you had a DeLorean,
yeah. The things that
you
I could
go back in time to see dinosaurs and get ate alive.
No, no. One of my first trips would I would go back. Probably around 1995, 1996, and just give John Bon Jovi a good backhand to the face and say, look, stop singing through your freaking nose, man. Stop it. Stop it. And, then I would say, thank you for all of the albums you've made. They've made me really happy. I have to get into my DeLorean now.
I think I'd go back, and if I were to go back, I'd go back and give us YouTube.
Yeah, I know. No, if I go back, I would go back and I would just invent Google and be done with it. Then I would own YouTube.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The cool giant dragonflies.
Yeah.
Dandelion Fluff would be sitting there flying around on one.
You're like, look, they're not dinosaurs, and all of a sudden they eats her, and sorry, it was a dinosaur.
Shugi?
Shugul.
Shugul. Oh, no! Don't give him any ideas.
Shugul.
Don't give him any ideas.
I like it. Shugul.
Oh God. There you go. He's gonna go with it. All right. Well, I got to wrap some stuff up around here at work. So I guess we're going to wrap this up for the night.
Also, wrap up.
I want to thank all you guys.
It's a plague upon humanity.
Like yours. Oh, yeah. So I want to thank all you guys for coming out. Nendroid, Dandelion, Orange Hat. Let's see here. Who else was in the chat? Ancient One was in the chat. Sith was in the chat. And we had Darth David was in the chat. Echo Warrior Princess, she was in. Let's see here. We had quite a few people in and out. Sauerkraus. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys coming out. Sean, thank you for coming on, because God knows if you weren't here, the stream would have died about 5 different times.
So I'm getting paid for this, right?
Absolutely not.
God damn it. Fine.
Listen, the best work is charity work. Makes you feel good inside.
Daniel Lane says, I enjoy TV equivalent I can yell at.
You've come to the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Sean and I play into that very well.
Yes, very much so.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see if I can't get an exit or the outro to play.
Exit stage, right?
This could be very interesting. Just give me enough time to actually get down to it. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. Sean, say goodbye.
Hold on to your butts.
Woo!
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to
As
both
we wait
channels
for it.
and make sure to check out our friends in the family mix. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at Shaun@ShaunStackhouseReacts.com and Chris Knight at TheRealReview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.